All right, everybody, welcome to this very important training. I appreciate everybody being here bright and early. For those of you who are just joining us, please grab some paper, or if you prefer, your journal and whatever you like to write with, a pen or a pencil. For those of you that have heard my presentations before, I like to not beat around the bush. I like to get right to it. I like to share you all the nuggets that you need to take your business to the next level. Now, the training I'm about to share is something that you can incorporate into your successful business every single day and really every week. Here at Asante Organics, as you may know, we pay every single week. And really the most important day, that being said, for our week is Thursdays. And why? Because Thursdays, midnight Central Standard Time, is when our commission week ends. So it's very important to have the proper mindset for you and your team to be building to that date. Now, if you feel like you're on an island all by yourself, I hope this training really clarifies and enlightens you to a whole new reality. In this training, which we're calling depth charge, D-E-P as in Peter, T as in Thomas, H charge, depth charge, I'm going to teach you how to turn one personal enrollment into multiple people. And this is because we have a very special tool here at Asante Organics called a holding tank. Now, for those of you who may or may not know this, you can log in to your Asante back or office, click the profile tab, and you are not married to that decision. You can change that decision at any time. You can set your business to have the holding tank option. That's what I recommend. Or you can have the computer decide where it's going to place the people, or you can have the computer place people on your right leg or your left leg. Now, for those of you who are extremely busy or very successful perhaps in our company, and you're going to be traveling and you might not even have the 5 minutes and really at the end of the day 90 seconds to place your people, well, then you have that auto placement tool. But for those of you that have the time and are really dialed into your business, I strongly recommend using your holding tank option. That was not an option when Angie and I came here to work at Asante Organics. And as you're going to discover in this phone call, we added it. We paid the computer programmers to add that for a very particular reason. And here's the reason. In our last company that Angie and I were distributors in, Angie's my wife as well as your chief marketing officer, we did these depth charges every single week. And our record, we turned one of our personal enrollments into 30 people in just a couple of days. How would you like to be able to do that? Turn one of your personal enrollments into 30 people. And those people might not be personal enrollments of yours, but it's not only going to benefit you, it's going to benefit everybody on your team, creating success and affluence and a huge amount of volume for everybody up the line. And that's what you're going to learn here today. Now, the interesting thing is in our last company that Angie and I were distributors in, we didn't have a holding tank. So we literally could go to the website and sign somebody up. And when you sign somebody up, they're placed. That's it. Over and done, Charlie. Okay. So what we had to do a successful depth charge is we had to take everybody's information down on paper, their name, social security number, their address, their phone number, their credit card information, the package they wanted, what they wanted for their auto ship, et cetera, et cetera. And then we had to hope at the 11th hour when we were placing all these people, which again, you're going to have clarity about this, why this is a very interesting situation. You had to hope that everybody's credit card went through, that nobody's credit card failed, because if it did, it ruined the whole situation. So here's what a depth charge is. And to do this effectively, please allow me to screen share with you, because Angie made a really great picture for us, and that's going to allow you to see what I'm sharing. This is going to be somewhat familiar to you. It's a picture of a hypothetical binary or two-legged organization like we have here at Asante Organics. And what I want to share with you here is I've put a hypothetical person at the top named Lisa. Again, you can change these names. This name could be Wonder Woman. It could be Marianne. It could be Lena. It could be Melanie. It could be anybody. Because each and every one of you, you can consider yourself at the top of your organization. So is that fair? Okay. So everybody can look at the top of their organization. Now, as you build a binary, or we call an endless team bonus, you're going to have two legs. You're going to have a left leg. Hopefully you can see my cursor here. Not if you can, I want to make sure you guys can see my mouse going up and down. Okay. And a right leg. So sometimes people get confused with this. This is your left and your right in your realm of reality. Okay. So when you're looking at this in your back office, the left is the left, the right is the right. Now, what I had Angie do, what I asked her to do, is put 100 down every one of these positions. So you've got Sam, Mary, Doug, Patty, Roy, Tim, Peg, Ron, etc., etc. The reason for that is I'm going to strongly recommend that from day one, when your people enroll, that they have at least 100 PSV order. And I'm going to also recommend from day one, they create an auto ship, which we call an easy order, that occurs 31 days from their initial order and then reoccurs every 31 days thereafter. Now, I don't want you to think about the word month. The word month correlates to companies that only pay once a month. Since we pay every week, don't think about, oh, I had my order in January or I had my order in December. You are very specific and individual for you. So today's December 1st, as I do this recording. So if you have somebody who enrolls today on December 1st, I'm going to recommend that you suggest to them they have at least a 100-point order. And even better than that, they get our most popular $4.99 kits. Then they're going to have 200 PSV in order. That's going to make them a Quicksilver 60 for 60 days. And then immediately create an easy order, recurring order, 31 days out. Let's just call it the first of every month. So January 1st would be their first auto ship or recurring or easy order. Then February 1st. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Well, Dr. Levine, you've got 100 products and there's so many products to try. And I don't want to be kind of pigeonholed into just X amount of products or this specific. Don't worry about it. You have 24/7 access to your back office. So once you set it and forget it with an easy order, just realize that's a safety net for you and your team. This way, you know you're qualified for all 6 ways that we pay. But I recommend that if you want to change the products you are ordering, you've got 24/7 access. Just do it at least 48 hours before your order is scheduled to process. So in today's example, if somebody enrolled on December 1st and they created their order for January 1st, like, by December 28th, 29th, if they wanted to change, hey, I have enough shampoo, I want to change it to a Super Reds, or I have enough Super Reds, I want to change it to some Omega oils, whatever the case may be, they can change the items. You have full control. So you don't have to worry about you're going to get the same products every month. Now, it's not a requirement. You don't have to be on an auto ship. Most of us anyway, I would say 99.9% of us have cell phones with recurring calendar events. So if you can be regimented enough to remember or have a calendar event that pops up every 31 days to remind you to do an order, no worries, no problem. But I do see people from time to time that forget to do their order. And also for clarification, what about 75 PSV? Yes, you can do 75 PSV instead of 100 PSV, but that's going to qualify you for 5 of the 6 checks, not 6. So I always teach 100 because I never want you to leave a penny on the table. So in this pictorial that we created here, we have everybody doing 100 PSV order every day. Now, we're talking about Lisa here, this hypothetical person. This is the top of her organization. On Lisa's left leg, I want you to just assume she has $10,000 in volume right now as we speak. Now, obviously, if you add up all these hundreds, it doesn't add up to 10,000. I realize that. I don't want you to have a disconnect here. I just am using this as an example. And then on Lisa's right leg that has Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, she has 5,000. I wanted to just use nice, even numbers to make this really easy. Now, today is Friday as I record this. And Lisa enrolls a brand new person right now. And let's just call her Sally. And Sally, here's Sally's story. I'm just making up a hypothetical example again. Sally is a real estate agent. Sally's used to making a high multiple six-figure income annually in the real estate market. But now with the crazy economy and with interest rates through the roof, she's not selling houses at the rate or level that she's been used to over the past many years. So she has found out about Esante from Lisa. She's seen GoGreenGetPaid.com. She's had a three-way call with Lisa and Lisa's upline. She's excited. She joined. She's all in. And she's come in at a $4.99 package, a Go Green pack, which is going to make her a quick silver 60 for 60 days. And she's also immediately created a 100 PSV recurring easy order right out of the gate. So she's serious. And she's also shared her goals with her upline, Lisa. She told Lisa that her objective financially is to quickly replace the income that she's lost in the downturn real estate market, and in the not too distant future, replace it completely, her full income, so that she can do real estate when and if she wants, and she can do Asante full time. So she's serious. And this is her true story, again, in this hypothetical example. Now, Lisa has just enrolled Sally, and Sally is now in Lisa's holding tank. It's Friday. Why is that important? Here's the crux of the magic of the depth charge. It's Friday. So we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have 6 days before Lisa has to place Sally, this real estate agent. She has 6 days to do this. So this is where the depth charge is about to begin. Now, Lisa knows she is going to place Sally right below Randy. Okay, because her right leg right now is her pay leg. She has less volume on her right leg than her left leg. So she knows she's going to place Sally here below Randy, or if some other people come below Randy between now and Thursday, she's more than likely going to be placing Sally here on the bottom outside right. You build the outside of your Christmas tree. That's my recommendation. So here's how a depth charge is going to work. Lisa's going to, she's the coordinator of this depth charge. She's going to reach out to all of her people that are going to benefit from Sally's placement. In this case, it's Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy. Now, she doesn't have to contact them individually. With today's technology, she can do a text blast. She can do a direct message Facebook blast. She can have her own 1-800 conference call line, which I strongly recommend. You can get these 800 conference call lines for free these days. And here's what I'm going to suggest. She does a Facebook blast, perhaps, message to Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, and says, either get on my 800 conference call line, or let's just do a group chat, a group video chat for 10 minutes with all of us. And that's free. That's really easy. She creates this chat. And she tells the true story in 10 minutes or less. She's going to, hey, Peg, Ron, Greg, Randy, I've got some great news for you, and I'm about to make it better. Now, here's where you might want to take notes. Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, I just enrolled this woman named Sally. Sally's a real estate agent. She's used to making a high multiple six-figure income in real estate because of the downturn market, because of the crazy economy, and because of high interest rates. She's not making that income anymore. She just joined Asante Organics. She's all in. She loves the organic and toxic-free living. She came in on a $4.99 Go Green pack, which is 200 PSV. And she's committed to doing 100 PSV recurring order every 31 days. She's already created that. So Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, here's the good news. I'm going to be placing Sally underneath you before Thursday midnight Central Time. What does that mean for you? Guess what, Randy? Greg, Ron, and Peg, you guys are going to get 200 PSV from her initial order, as will I, because it rolls up the whole line. And any of her future orders, as well as any of her future enrollments orders, you guys are going to benefit from. So that's some pretty good news, right? They're going to be happy about that. But Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, we're going to make some exponential growth here. I'm going to help you with your success. We're going to help each other. We're going to do something called the depth charge. So because we have between now and Thursday, we've got 6 days Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy, and me, Lisa, I'm going to be doing this too. I want you to get back to all of your fence sitters. What's a fence sitter? As we're promoting Asante Organics, we're going to have people that say yes, and they sign right up. We love those people. They're great. We're also going to have people that say no. Okay. But realize that no, never allow a no to be no permanently. Always create an environment that no is no for now. So if somebody says no, it's rare, but if they do say no, you and your upline should say, well, obviously you have a good reason for saying no. Do you mind me asking what that is? And you find out what their challenges are and you show how they can overcome that. But in either regard, if it's still a no, you get permission from them. You say, okay, I understand that. Would you mind if I call you every couple of months to let you know how I'm doing in the business? I've never had anybody say no. They always say yes. They're the people, most people are like, they want to slow down in a car accident and see what's going on. Everybody wants to be a looky-loo. They want to see if you're going to make it. And really, they probably want to think that you're not. That's why you need to show that you're all in Asante Organics, that you've got a solid foundation. And now you've got permission that you can call them every couple of months and let them know how you're doing. But what this is really for are the maybes. The people that haven't said yes, because they're already in, the people that haven't said no, but they're in process. They've already maybe seen GoGreenGetPaid.com. They've maybe already seen the videos at LivingLifeChemicalFree.com. Maybe they've had a call with your upline. Maybe they've listened to some of our Tuesday night calls. Whatever, they're in process, but they haven't said yes yet. So here's what you're going to do, Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy. I want you to go back to all of your fence sitters and let them know the story. And you don't even have to say that I, Lisa, enrolled a real estate agent. Here's what you're going to say. You're going to say, hey, guess what? Let's say one of their prospects is Mary. Hey, Mary, guess what? This is Peg. My team just enrolled a real estate agent. She came in all in at a $499 level. She's used to making a high multiple six-figure income. But that's changed with the downturn economy, high interest rates, crazy economy, and she's all in Asante. She's coming at our top package, our $499 package, because she's coming in to succeed. She's committed to doing a 100-point order every 31 days. And here's the good news. Since I told you, Mary, about Asante Organics before Sally, before this person my team just enrolled, we can get you in before her. Now, here's where the reverse psychology comes in. This is very critical. Please write this down. I wish we lived in a world where the potential of gain was good enough to get somebody off the fence. We don't live in that world. We do not live in that reality. But people will get off the fence because of fear of loss. Please be clear. I am never suggesting using a false fear of loss. I'm never suggesting scaring people when that's not reality. But I am suggesting you sharing reality with people that will benefit them. So now Peg says to Mary, she says, listen, since I told you about this first, before Sally came in, if you come in now, come on in at a $499 level, come all in, commit to a 100-point order. My promise to you is that we're going to put her below you. So everything she does in the future, anybody she enrolls, including her brand new order, that volume is going to go under you. It's going to benefit you. It's going to allow you the ability to get paid on all of her efforts. Now, here's the takeaway. Here's the important note. Here's the reverse psychology. Now, if you want to wait a couple more weeks, that's totally fine. But then we're going to need to place you below Sally, and anything you do will benefit Sally, not the other way around. And then you just basically shut your mouth, because the next person who speaks loses, right? You shut your mouth, because I guarantee you that's going to get them off the fence 99% of the time, because they're going to want to get in now, get in before that brand new person. Now, here's what Peg needs to do. Peg's not going to place them. Peg is going to have that new person in her holding tag. Okay. And she's going to get back to the coordinator of this depth charge, in this case, Lisa. And she's going to say, Lisa, I just enrolled Mary, and Mary came in at a 499 level, and she's committed to a 100-point order. We promised her that we are going to put Sally underneath her. Now, the coordinator, Lisa, is going to need to stay organized between now and Thursday, okay? That person is going to need to write down who was promised what and how and when and whatnot. It's not that hard. You get into the rhythm. It's really easy, but it's a matter of being organized. And then the coordinator, Lisa, is going to do a group chat, not necessarily on video, just a message to Peg, Ron, Greg, and Randy. Say, hey, great news, guys. Peg just enrolled one of her fence sitters. Here's their story. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now you can go to your fence sitters and promise 2 people. You follow the rhythm. And then when when Peg, Ron, Greg, Randy, or Lisa enrolls another person, then you can promise a 3rd person, and so on and so forth, until the 11th hour. Now, when I say 11th hour, you don't want to wait till Thursday midnight Central Time. But let's say Thursday around noontime Central Time. Now's the time for this group, okay? Because everybody's coordinated. Your team needs to be in lockstep. If you've got a leader in another company, let's just, for hypothetical reasons, just call it Mary Kay, that you've been talking to. And this Mary Kay person, she's won the pink Cadillac before, and she's earned a lot of money, but now she's starting to learn about toxic-free living and organic living. And she's angry, and she's ready to make a move. Well, guess what? At the 11th hour, let's just say noontime on Thursday, now as a group, you can go to her and say, hey, listen, you come in right now, we can put 10 fresh people underneath you, because this is what my team has in their collective holding tank. Now, I don't want you to feel bad, because I know there's 1 or 2 of you that are feeling bad for Sally. Well, wait a second. All these 10 people just got placed above Sally. Don't feel bad at all, because remember, this is a straight line build that we're talking about. Everybody's going down this outside right leg. Yeah, Sally's going to be below these 10 people in this scenario. But remember, every one of these people that were placed below Sally, to be successful, how many legs do they need to build? They need to build 2 legs, like everybody. They need to build a right leg and a left leg. So each and every one of those 10 people at least have to put at least 1 person under Sally, giving her 10 people, at least, if they want to create an income with our company. And especially if they want that matching bonus, right? Which is really where the big residual bucks are. So that, in essence, is the depth charge, how you can turn 1 person into multiple people. And I will share with you that Angie and I did this in our last company without a holding tank, everybody on paper. In a weekend, we turned 1 person into 30 people. Now, we didn't enroll all those 30 people. We maybe enrolled 1 or 2 of them. But our collective team during this depth charge, they enrolled the rest of them. And again, this is all on paper, and Angie and I had a whiteboard, and we had to keep it all organized. With having a holding tank, it is easy peasy, and everybody's already in. And my recommendation is, once you get in this rhythm, you're going to want to do this every single week, because it creates momentum, it creates massive volume, massive growth and affluence and success for everybody. Now, keep in mind, you can build your business any way you want. I always recommend you build the outside right and the outside left. As you can see, Lisa, she's putting her personal, well, you can't really see here, but just take my word for it. Lisa's putting her personal enrollments down her outside left or outside right. When you see these people in the middle, Tim, Roy, Matt, Sally, Bob, these are people that Sam or Sam's people have enrolled. All this volume is going to roll up to Lisa's left leg regardless. And Lisa's still going to love on these people. Lisa's still going to help train these people. Lisa's still going to help support these people. But if Lisa's taking my recommendations, her personal enrollments are going to go down the outside left and the outside right, because that is a much more neater, but yet more effective way to build using a depth charge. So hopefully that's clear. Now, for extra credit, Lisa, what I would suggest is she contacts her upline, lets her know what her doing, because maybe her upline, maybe not, maybe Lisa in this case's upline has a situation where they're building Lisa's pay leg as well. Maybe not, that's a rarity, but in that case, then you can avoid, Lisa can ask her upline to participate if they want, but at least support the effort. So that is a depth charge. It's hugely successful. It costs you nothing. It creates incredible camaraderie and support. And if you're building your right leg and your left leg, outside right leg, you might be doing depth charges on your right leg one week, and then the next week it would behoove you to do a depth charge on your left week. It all depends on where the volume is falling for that week. So I hope that makes sense. That's really the end of my training here.